Right, YouTube, we are back for another video, and before we jump into it, I quickly want to apologize to you guys. I haven't been active on here as much, and things have gotten in the way, life, all that, but we're back, and I hope that this video makes up for it, because it's going to be my longest video yet. I'm going to shoot for an hour on this one, and I put a lot of research, a lot of time, and yeah, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's get straight into it. 7 habits of effective athletes. Oh yeah, and there's a new editing style on this video, so let me know in the comments if you like it. Hopefully you do. I think it's pretty fire. Of course, I'm the one who's making it though, so I'm pretty biased. But habit number 1, be proactive. Alright? We need to have good mental health focus. It has to be focused in our mind. So many times in sports or in any activity, mental health is brushed to the side, right? It hasn't been really prominent in our society in a few years ago. I grew up as a Buffalo sports fan, and I really didn't even know how important mental health was for sports until I heard Ryan Miller talk about it about a couple years back. And I feel like it's more and more prominent in today's day and age. There's a viral clip on TikTok about A.J. Brown talking about his struggles, his suicide, Patrick Laine too. If you're a hockey fan, I don't really follow basketball or soccer or any of the other sports that much, but I can comment to you about football and hockey. It's definitely been more prominent in today's role, okay? We need to take control of our mindset, all right? There's so much that happens in these sports that you can control and that you cannot control, all right? Just saw a clip about Max Crosby. He thought it was weak when other linemen on the defensive side of the ball complained about penalties, like getting held by the offensive lineman, right? And I think that's a great way to put it, You can sit here, and yeah, you might have bad calls against you. Yeah, you might, get tripped, hooking, maybe a bad bounce here and there. And you can let it affect you, or you cannot. All right? It's your choice. We want to have a proactive and positive mindset. We're going to handle stress. We're going to handle pressure. We're going to handle setbacks. Okay? Stress, we'll cover that first. Maybe you're in a championship game. All right. You're probably going to be pretty nervous. Now, you could look at that, like maybe your heart is beating before the game. I don't know what's going on. You can look at that as nervousness. You can let that affect you. Have it play in the back of your mind like, oh shit, this game's really important. Or you can look at it as excitement, okay? Because nervousness and excitement, they're pretty much the same thing, right? Both your heart's beating, both you're really ready to go, right? You're like, I want to get this going, right? You both maybe like sweaty or just it's in the front of your mind almost. So that's a great way of looking at things. There's two sides of the coin. Are you nervous or are you excited? You gotta have a positive approach. Look at it positively. Be like, no, I'm not nervous. No, I'm excited. Like, I worked my ass off to get to this championship. Here we go. All right? Pressure. All right? There's going to be moments where you're down late in the game. You need a big-time goal. You need a big-time touchdown, whatever, what have you, right? And You can get down on yourself like, oh shit, how do we get ourselves in this situation? Or you can be like, no, this is good pressure. We need to step up. We need to get it going here. All right. You know, two sides to the coin. We're going to cover that a lot in this video. In your mindset. Setbacks, all right? I have a perfect example for this one. J.J. McCarthy for the Vikings, you know, he just got injured. Not just got injured, but he got injured in preseason. Something happened to his leg. I think he tore his ACL. I could be wrong. But, you know, he could get down. He can be like, oh, shit, this is awful. This is the worst. My career is over. You know, this, that. But no, he's looking at it as an opportunity to sit on the sideline, learn, watch Sam Darnold, watch the Vikings, learn the playbook. And yeah, we're going to all have setbacks. We're not going to be 100%. We're not going to be perfect. We're not going to win games. You know, we're going to have injuries. There's going to be bad shifts. There's going to be just setbacks, okay? So be proactive. Be positive. Put in your mind. Just focus on the positive. Focus on the next play. All right? And mentally prepare for the adversity, right? This is the next thing. Like, you're going to lose. You're going to deal with injury. Focus on what you can control. Put effort in. Never take a fucking shift off, all right? If you want to stay employed, if you want to keep working, never take a shift off. And that goes for every aspect of life, not just sports, and everything. You know, I didn't want to make this video today. I've been slacking on the YouTube, right? Here I am. I'm here making the video, right? And the attitude, like we just talked about. I could come on here and be like, oh, hey, mumbling around, you know? Or I can be positive, and I can teach you guys what I'm here to teach, what my purpose is. And yeah. Now, I'm coming on here, I'm giving the effort. I'm editing this video. It's an hour long. I did a ton of research into it. And that's what I can focus on. However, I can't focus on the outcome. If this video gets 0 views, am I going to be bummed? Maybe a little. Most likely, yeah. This is a video I really put a lot of effort into. But at the end of the day, I did what I did. I did what I can control. So, focus on what you control. Focus on your effort. Focus on your attitude, you know. Don't focus on the outcome, man. Alright? Setbacks, losses, injuries, what have you. You need to look at the positive side. Okay? And you gotta prepare for anything. You don't know what's gonna happen when you step foot on the court, the field, hockey, or the ice rink, not hockey. Yeah, just be ready, give it your all, have 100% attitude, and just prepare, you know. One tip I can help you and give you guys is create a pregame mental checklist, right? Have a ritual, have a routine. For me, when I play hockey, I like to do a prayer. I like to have my headphones in, locked in. I have a chill playlist. I don't listen to rap because I get too fired up. I got to answer my pants before the game. I'm listening to Frank Sinatra, you know. I'm listening to, who else is there? Bob Marley. There's a lot of Bob Marley. You know, Sammy Davis Jr. Stuff like that. But I can't tell you what your mental checklist is for you. I can only tell you what has worked for me. So that's prayer, which is a necessity. You should probably be praying before every game. Not probably, you should be. But then listening to that calm music, doing some breath work and some stretching, you know. And just visualizing what can go right in this game. Visualizing what you can do. I'm not visualizing me winning. I'm visualizing giving myself 100%. And, yeah, staying positive no matter what the circumstances is. Because, like I said, I want to touch on this too. If you don't stay positive, that's going to lead and that's going to cause to stupid mistakes, you know. Whether you take it out on your teammate, you're going to regret it. Take it out on your coach, you're going to regret it. Or you might take a stupid penalty that's going to cost your team. You know, maybe the other team gets under your skin. You retaliate. You'll look like an idiot, man. You don't want that. You don't want to take a penalty. You don't want to cost your team. So, focus on that effort. Focus on that attitude. Create the pregame mental checklist. If you want help with that, I can try and give you some tips. Leave a comment. Hit me up on Instagram. Links in the description. But yeah, that's number 1. Okay? We'll go with number 2. Begin with end in mind. You know, like I said, we can't focus on the outcome, but we need to have clear goals for both your performance and your growth. All right? When you start a project, maybe you're working construction or something, well, we'll just use that for example. Obviously, they're not going to have the end in mind, or they are going to have the end in mind. They're not going to start the project without the end in mind because they need to have everything neat, organized, you know, routine, everything like that. It's the same thing for sports. You look at all professional teams, NHL teams, NFL teams, NBA teams. Going into the season, what's probably their goal? You know, their major goal is probably to win the championship, most likely. I hope. But then they're going to have some minor goals, you know, performance-based goals. I don't know, hit 30 goals, hit 5 touchdowns, you know, 1,000 yards, stuff like that. And I do recommend that. All right? Unfortunately, you can't always control those goals, but it's good to have those type of goals just as like a reminder, okay? Also, it prevents burnout, you know? A lot of these athletes, they come in here and like maybe it's year 4, 5, 6, 7. They're probably pretty bored of the sport. They're probably not interested anymore. But if you have clear goals you're working towards, you're going to still find the love in that game. You know, one thing that sucks the most, and I know probably some of you have experienced it, is falling out of love with something you used to love. Whether that be sport, friends, girlfriend, anything. Like, you used to love that person, and now it just doesn't work anymore. And I don't want to see that happen for you, for your sports, because I think you guys, if you're interested, like you are, you're watching these types of videos, you're all in love with your sport, you know, you put so many hours, and I think you guys could be pretty successful in it. I want to share an example now, how visualization techniques can help athletes stay motivated, even during challenging times or recovery periods, right? Let's look at an Olympic athlete here, all right? Simone Biles. She visualizes each move in her head, focusing on the end goal of perfection, you know? Visualization helps her stay calm and mentally prepared, especially in high-pressured moments. You know, if you tell yourself in your mind, like, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best, eventually it's going to believe it. That's why I'm so anti-negative talk. Like, I don't even joke it. Like, I never call myself an idiot. And I think it was Bruce Lee. He had a famous quote up there that's like, never ever talk bad about yourself because your mind doesn't know whether you're joking or not. And I believe that's 100% true. So always, 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 no matter what, even if you don't want to visualize, keep just telling yourself, like, you're the best, you're the man, you're the best hockey player, you know. And over time, it's just going to work out, all right? I encourage you guys to set both athletic goals and mental health goals. Like I said, athletic goals can be personal things, like I want to hit 1,000 yards, or maybe I want a PR in the gym, all right? Mental health goals, things we don't talk about, right? Those can be such as, I want to meditate 10 minutes a day. I want a gratitude journal for a whole year. I'll give you an example. Maybe a basketball player may set a goal to improve their free throw percentage while also focusing on reducing anxiety in clutch situations. This creates a balanced approach that enhances both performance and mental well-being, right? So don't put your mental health to the side. All right, if you stop watching this video right now, don't put your mental health to the side. And if you need help with your goals, you need help with your mental health or athletic goals, message me. Like, I'm here. I'm ready to talk to you guys. Right, we're back. I have to record this video in like 3 or 4 parts because it's so long and my schedule is just very hectic right now. But we were on number 3. Put first things first, all right? Athletes need to balance their rigorous schedules with time for recovery, right? We all know how important recovery is. That's why you don't see NFL teams playing back-to-back, right? For the gym, they don't tell you to go 7 days a week. Same thing in whatever sport you're playing, whatever you're doing, even if it's not sport, work, anything like that, you have to rest or you're going to burn out and you're going to put your body on the line. And it's not going on well because I've done it. I know other people have done it. Look at all the guys who play through injuries during playoffs and shit. And then they never come back the same, or their season the next year is just a downhill spiral. And I'm not saying don't do that. Obviously, if it's the playoffs or something, put it on the line. But nonetheless, we should be recovering, all right? Stress. Whoa, sorry. Okay, let me give you an example. LeBron James, okay? He invests heavily into self-care, all right? Spending millions on cryotherapy in hyperbaric chambers. He also prioritizes sleep, understanding that recovery is just as important in training. So it's not just these wannabe hacks like me on the internet saying the rest. You have professional athletes, LeBron James, the GOAT. He's doing that, okay? Now, obviously, I don't think you have millions of dollars. I don't have millions of dollars to spend on all that shit. But I do know some ways that have helped me recover properly, okay? Number 1 is sleep. I have multiple videos preaching about sleep. You should be getting 8 to 9 hours, okay? A night. Another thing is eating, okay? Most of the time, you should be eating clean foods. Like, you shouldn't be eating junk, all that shit. Pretzels, cookies, cake, it's fine every once in a while, but for majority, you should be eating like beef, eggs, chicken, veggies, shit like that. Shit that's clean and it's gonna help your body out, okay? Another thing I recommend, which I know a lot of you can't do, but for me it's helped a lot, is my hot tub. And it's helped my muscles recover faster. And it's just brought me peace because it's an area where I can go and relax. Okay, I recommend you have that area, whether it's like a late night drive, or in your bedroom, your basement, whatever. A quiet place, all alone, a park even, I've gone to parks numerous times at night. That's weird. Pause. That's very weird. Not doing anything illegal. Don't come watching this videos, cops. But no, go find a quiet place and just relax. Have some time to think to yourself, okay? I also want to cover Serena Williams, okay? She has downtime for her family and relaxation, which helps her maintain a long career. She sets clear boundaries between tennis and personal life to keep her mind fresh, and that's what we should be doing. You should be hanging out with your boys. All this preach about being a lone wolf, locking in, all that. Yeah, it's good, but in the end, we're social creatures. We should be hanging out with our friends, our boys. I think, for me, some of the best times in life is hanging out with my boys. Now, I'm not going to say if we were up to good or bad. You know, obviously I don't recommend you go out and you rob a bank or anything like that. But I'm also not your parents, okay? Go out, have some fun, be a kid, bro. Be a kid. Go hang out with your boys. Don't throw it all on the line, but get into a little trouble. Run from a few cops, you know? You only live once. Don't use that as an excuse, though, but I don't know. Get after it. Just chill with them. Okay? Same with family, too, man. You're gonna regret it one day. I have a story to tell. Actually, yeah, I do have a story to tell. You know, there was this guy from work of mine who always liked to pick up overtime, this and that. And it was the 4th of July, and his dad was there. And he's like, nah, Dad, I gotta go into work. Next 4th of July, I got you. And what do you know? His dad didn't make it to the next 4th of July. So, go out there and spend time with your family, dude. Alright? Do it, because you're going to regret it one day. I promise you. Go tell them you love them. Go give them a hug. All that jazz. If you need help, recommend getting a notebook and just setting up a schedule for you. You know, schedule your training. Schedule your mental health practices like we talked about. Gratitude journaling, hanging out with your friends, meditating, prayer. Get in prayer. Go to church too, obviously. And recovery time too. Like, schedule your sleep. Shit like that. Okay? That's number 3. Number 4. We're cooking. We are cooking. Think win-win. Alright. The competitive nature of sports can sometimes create a win-lose mentality, even within teams. The win-win mindset, that can reduce anxiety and do a lot of other things that can benefit your performance, alright? And I know you're probably confused by that. I'll give you an example. Under Steve Kerr, the Golden State Warriors, the team prioritized ball movement and teamwork, ensuring that everyone has a role. It strengthens trust and mental resilience that way. You look at work, you know, everyone wants to be collaborative. When you're on the same page, when you all have a role, shit gets done effectively. Same with the assembly line. Everyone has an important role. Okay? Look at the Bills this year, bro. It's not a stat mentality in that locker room. It's all about spreading the love, getting the ball around. Now, obviously, that's not working because Matt Collins is their wide receiver too. But I do recommend you have like a good set teamwork. Don't always think about yourself. Don't be prideful. Put the team first. Think win-win. Be like, okay, maybe if I'm not producing, at least my boy is. You know, shit like that. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, they developed a win-win relationship. They pushed each other to be better, lifting the entire team in the process. Jordan didn't just focus on his personal success, but on helping the team win championships. You know, I'm in a union right now, okay? So, obviously I'm an apprentice. I'm not an old guy yet. But you wanna... Some guys won't teach the apprentices. They'll be like, oh, they're old. They'll be like, oh, these new kids don't want to work, which is far from the truth. I don't know where that came from. I think we're one of the hardest working generations there is. But they don't want to teach these apprentices for whatever reason, right? And, you know, some guys, they understand, okay, we need to teach these apprentices because one day we're going to retire, get old, we're going to die. We need someone to step up or buildings aren't going to be made, America's going to collapse, and their pension's not going to be paid because we're the ones who we making into their pension. That's how the union works, okay? Now, what do you think happens, okay, if you have guys that are teaching the apprentices and they're teaching them, they're learning, they're giving them roles, they're giving them important tasks, versus the guys who don't? If you had a bunch of guys who didn't teach the apprentices, after all these old guys retired, we would be fucked. Our union would collapse, bro. Okay? Now, if you have a bunch of guys who are teaching these guys and you're giving them all the tips and tricks, the union's going to continue to build and grow. That's the same thing for anything. All right? If you have tips and you see someone struggling, obviously don't be a dick like, yo, bro, you suck, do this. Go there, give them some tips, bro. Okay? You want your team to win at the end of the day. Most of you guys, you're playing a team sport, pick each other up. And same outside of the sport, you know? If you have other teammates, you know, Josh Allen, Kyle Allen, and Sam Darnold, they all train together. Okay? Just spread the love around. Be grateful. Be grateful that you have a gift and share it to everybody. All right? It's as simple as that. Okay? I encourage like team gratitude sessions. If you're on a team, go around and share one thing you're grateful about the other person. Okay? You recognize the strength through your teammate and their contributions to the team. You know, you don't want to have high egos on the team because that's when shit gets messed up, okay? We can look at Aaron Rodgers, too. You know, he has a high ego. Look at the Jets. They're 2-4, okay? I can think of numerous times egos have gotten in the way. Let's see. I'm trying to think of recent ones. You know, Stephon Diggs, he was kind of a diva for the Bills. You know, there's a lot of wide receivers with that diva mentality. And how does it work out? It probably doesn't work out well. Your team probably doesn't win the Super Bowl. So, I would recommend keep your head down, grind, help your players out, spread the love, spread the positivity. Yeah, dude. That's all I got for number 4. Think win-win. Everybody eats mentality, bro. We'll get into number 5 shortly. Next up, we have seek first to understand, then be understood. I think a lot of times in our sports career or work career or anything, our egos get in the way, right? If you want books on egos or learn about your ego, look in Robert Greene. But he's an author. But we're very fragile when it comes to us, okay? Most of the time, we don't take criticism well. However, unless this coach or this teammate or whoever is coming to you has a vendetta against you, they're most likely wanting you to come out and succeed because you guys play on the same team. Their main goal is wanting to win. Your main goal is wanting to win, all right? We need to learn how to listen, okay? It's a key component, of mental health and team cohesion. You know, we should listen to our coaches. We should listen to our teammates because they're most likely giving valuable feedback or tips, especially if it's a veteran guy who's been in the league or been in the sport for 20, 25 years, right? Okay? And I get it. Sometimes we get screwed with a bad coach or, you know, teammate who thinks he knows it all, okay? Or something like that. But most of the time, they're trying to be positive. They're trying to give a good indirect impact. We should also listen to our bodies, right? If you have a nagging shoulder injury like me, you shouldn't continue to go to the gym, right? I'm stupid, I'm an idiot, and you're going to see me on here one day with a cast because I keep pushing it. It's the same for you guys. Now, for me, obviously, the gym isn't as important as some of your guys' sports or careers. Some of you guys may play college or are looking to get scholarships, so it's way more important for you guys to listen to your body. I know it sucks to take a game off, all right? You know, it's probably like an important game. You don't want to miss it, but you're going to have to. In your body, like we talked about, that rest is very important, okay? I want to give you some examples, all right? Coach may give tough feedback, all right, after a loss. An athlete, you know, you might take it personally. You might be like, okay, he's saying I suck or whatever. But a good athlete, they'll seek to understand. They'll be like, okay, why is he saying this? Maybe he's saying something about my shooting. All right, let's look into my shooting and see what I'm doing wrong. And then, boom, figure out your error. Next game, he put up a hat trick or something like that, all right? Tom Brady, one of the best, Probably the best to ever do it. I hate to say that as a Bills fan, but it's true. I just remember him in my childhood kicking our ass over and over and over again. But he's an incredible listener, both on and off the field. You know, he understands his teammates' strengths and weaknesses, which helps him make better decisions during a game. And he's a motivator. You've seen clips on him bringing up his teammates. Sometimes he's speaking softly to the teammates who might not be able to handle it correctly. And then sometimes he's speaking or yelling. He's like, yo, we gotta fucking go. Shit like that, man. It's all how a person responds, right? So, learn to listen and don't take that criticism to heart. You know, I work in the trades. You know, they're gonna call you an idiot. They're gonna call you a fuckhead. They're gonna call you a piece of shit, right? And for most of you guys, that's harsh, but you just gotta learn to live with it. Sometimes they only do it out of love because they want to see you succeed. And I have a tough reality for some of you guys. Most people who fail in sports, they often come to the trades, man. So, welcome. All right. Okay. I want to give you a tip here. You know, develop an active listening guide. All right, and self-reflection. Okay, get in that gratitude journal. You know, most of the time, how do you get better in sports? Repetition. Just repeating the action over and over and over again. Same with your mental health. You journal, you meditate. Over time, you're going to get a stronger well-being, mental focus. You're going to become more stoic. That's going to help you, like we said. The more stoic you are, which basically means no emotion, you're going to be less likely to draw penalties. You're going to learn more because you're going to be able to listen better because your ego's not going to be as fragile, right? You know, you're going to be a better teammate. You can go and you can see all aspects of it, not letting your emotion get in the heat of the moment, right? Practice during team meetings. Maybe take notes, okay? And do personal self-check-ins. Maybe have a boy who comes in every week and checks on you, right? Maybe be a coach. Maybe be a mentor, right? Something like that. You gotta also manage your conflicts. One of the number one ways teams didn't mean to hit the TV there, or the desk, but one of the number one ways teams get set back and they don't win the championship is because of that in-person fighting, right? I think of 2 times in my life watching sports. Well, I wasn't alive for this, but the bickering Bills of the 90s, right? They always used to bicker and they always got themselves into trouble. And right now, well, not right now, with Diggs and Allen, man, they weren't on the same page. Diggs was fighting with the ownership. I think he still loves Josh Allen, but you just saw at the end of the year last year, connection wasn't as strong. He dropped a big pass in game time. And yeah, the Bills couldn't get to the Super Bowl, which they could have had that game won, beat the Chiefs, and we'd be in the glory years. But nope, we're stuck here. But we got Amari Cooper, so it's a show. But yeah, that's number 5. We're gonna move on to number 6. We're flying through this, bro. I don't think I'm ever gonna make a video that's an hour long. I'll have to drag it out with some music and a crazy ass 10-minute long intro, intro and outro. But no, it's synergy. I want to talk about that. You know, we talked about being a better teammate. Now it comes down to teamwork. All right. That's success in sports for most of you guys playing football, hockey, baseball, basketball. You're a part of a team. Most sports are. I can't really think of individual sports besides like martial arts. And still there, you might have teams with like a coach or something. Same with tennis. Like, rarely are you doing stuff by yourself. And also, you should always rely on God, dude. Because He's going to strengthen your life. You know, Philippians 4:13, look into it, man. But teamwork, it's essential for success in sports, and it's important to recognize the mental health benefits of synergy, right? When athletes collaborate and bring strengths together, they create a support system that elevates everyone's game and mental state, right? If you're going through something, let's look at it in the church way. Maybe you go to a guy who is more wise than you, and you tell him your problems, like, okay, maybe I'm lusting, maybe I'm jerking off. You go to him, and you'll be like, maybe I can't get it. I've been trying to fight it for 3 years now. Maybe he's been doing it for 20, and he's gonna come back and say, oh, this tip helped. Boom, just like that. Oftentimes, the struggle is a lot less difficult when you have someone going through it with you. Well, most of the times it is. Work, it's better with people, right? Games too, video games, football, it makes it a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? More manageable when you have someone going with it through you, because he can share tips off you, you can share tips off him, you guys can bounce feedback, all right? I want to bring up this connection again just because they were elite, but Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, right? They were legendary for their teamwork, all right? They completed each other's strengths on the court, trusting and relying on each other. They tore it up when they were on the court. And if you go through these battles off the field and you're bouncing ideas off each other, what do you think that's going to do on the field, on the court, on the ice? It's going to make you guys a lot stronger. That connection is going to be there, okay? Get your boys down. Talk to them. Show them this video. Say, hey, we got to step it up, bro. You really want to win? And I'm not claiming them know-it-all. I'm just trying to give you tips on what I've done and what I've seen progress with my game. But you go and you bounce ideas off each other, it's only going to make you a better player, all right? Okay, another one. The U.S. women's soccer team thrived on their teamwork, their synergy, right? They had the blend of individual talents. Where the blend of individual talents resulted in a more powerful collective performance, All these great talents, sometimes you have a superstar roster, superstar team, and they don't match, okay? Look at the Eagles last year. They were flipping stacks. Same with the Niners. Just didn't match. And I'm not saying they didn't have great teamwork or anything like that. I'm just saying it didn't work out. But we often see times, like the last time, I can't remember the last time I've seen a championship won with teams that had, like, drama going on in the locker room. Most of the times you're all connected. You're all close together. And how do you get that? Like I said, building connections. Maybe go do things like those meetings I said. Go out, get food, bro. Hang out with each other. Build those fucking connections. All right. The women's U.S. soccer team, they also picked each other up. You got to do that as a teammate. Especially if you want to be an assistant or captain. Go in there. Say, hey, we got this, bro. It don't matter if we're down. We got this. That famous Sidney Crosby clip, someone on their Penguins team missed an empty netter, and it could have sealed them the game in the Stanley Cup. I think it was against the Predators or the Sharks, which means to say that. So I'm also a Sharks fan. But there's a clip where it's like, people are on the bench saying like, oh, he missed an empty net. And Sidney Crosby's like, yo, shut up. I think he knows. Let's get it back for him. We're going to get the next one here. That's what a great captain should do. That's what a great teammate should do. That's what you guys should be doing. If you're watching these videos, you guys should be doing that, okay? All right. I encourage you, team building exercises, okay? Trust falls, as corny as it sounds. Going out to get food, spending time with each other, going to the movies, all right? Working on each other, grinding in the gym, bro. Through the fun times and the tough times. If you're going through something off personal, talk to them, bro. They're there for you. You guys are team. You guys are blood brothers, all right? Visualize success with one another. And talk to each other about the mental struggles, bro, okay? Some of my best friends I met from hockey, and I can tell them the world, and they know all the dark secrets about me more than anyone knows. My family, obviously God knows more, but, that's the connection we have, and it couldn't have been started from hockey, and that just makes our friendship even better, because, maybe I'm sucking, maybe I'm pouring, like, maybe I'm holding the team back. They're going to pick you up, and they're going to believe in you. They're going to be your number one cheerleader and supporter. And when they're down, you fucking cheer for them too. All right? Be there for them. Be a good teammate. Be your brother. Help your brother out or sister. All right? Number 7. Sharpen the saw, man. This habit is about renewal. Physically, mentally, and emotionally. You should constantly sharpen the saw. Right? If you don't need that, don't understand that it basically means by reloading, rebranding, shit like that. Iron sharpens iron. That's what we talked about with our teammates. This is you sharpening you. Alright, how do you do that? Incorporating rest, like we talked about, recovery, and these mental health practices. That's all it is. That's the secret. You do everything I talked about in this video, and you sharpen yourself, dude, you're going to be a much better player on and off the field. Teammate, captain, anything. Alright? You know, repetition. Just consistency over and over and over again. Like we said, in the gym, it doesn't happen overnight, right? You know, if you're in there putting in work, you're going to get the rewards. In the Bible, it always talks about sowing and reaping. Alright? Simone Biles, she prioritized her mental health during the 2020 Olympics, stepping back from the competition to focus on her well-being. You know, it was controversial, but it highlighted mental recovery, okay? Sports isn't everything your mind is, bro. Think of a person with dementia. When they go, it's over, alright? They're not playing sports anymore. Obviously, it happens in old age, right? That might have been a terrible example. That's my fault. But it kind of shows, really, the importance of your mind. You got to keep your mind right. You got to keep your mind strong. You know, Patrick Laine, he stepped away from mental problems. Same with all these guys. Alright, there's been a lot of tragic suicides, deaths, everything. And it sucks, okay? Really does. So I do recommend sharpening yourself. If you have to leave, go ahead, okay? And it might be controversial, but you have to do what's right for you at the end, okay? I know a lot of athletes who take extended breaks to focus on rest and family. Alright? You can probably think of some. I can think of some. I know teammates, too, who've stepped away from the game and they came back and balled out, alright? You know, adopt. You need to adopt renewal practices, okay? Like we said, meditation, journaling, maybe even therapy, man. Okay? Coaching, mentorship, which I do. Not pitching it. That was a stupid pitch. But no. If you need a therapist, I'm not a therapist, but I would go and see one or seek guidance with your teammates. All the stuff I recommend, it's going to make you a better player. If you make these a part of your regular routine, you're going to be a dog. It's simple as that. I recommend Medito for meditation, a notebook for journaling, and then the Headspace app or the Calm app. Not sponsored, but this can like incorporate mind, like reps for your mind, basically. Like reps in the gym, you know, pushing weight. This is reps for your mind, man. Alright. I want to give you one more bonus tip. And this one I think is the most important one. That's why we saved it for last. Building a connection with Jesus. Alright. I was going through a rough time. You know, I'll tell this quick little story I told on a podcast once. But I was driving, you know, I had like 3 bad games in a row, and I was self-doubting, I was talking negative thoughts. I was doing everything we weren't talking about. I wasn't meditating, you know, wasn't journaling. I stopped all that. I was just saying, oh, Jesus, why? Which John 13:7, by the way. You may not, I have to look up the exact quote, but John 13:7 is one that comes to mind now for me after learning about that. But you do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand. Oftentimes, we don't understand what's going on, but it happens for a reason. But anyways, driving, and I'm just talking to Jesus, and I'm like, why? Why, Jesus? Why am I playing so bad? What is happening? And I was talking all this negative mindset about myself, and I had to pull up the Bible verse just so I had it right. But I'm asking Jesus, why is this happening? And I'm having all this negative self-talk and all this bad stuff going on, all these bad games, right? And he says 2 Corinthians 7, which I have great confidence in you. I have great pride in you. I am filled with encouragement. And it's just beautiful, man. Okay? That very next day, I had a hockey game I gotta shut out. Alright? Trust in the Lord with all your heart. And if you trust in Him, He's going to make everything come true. You see so many athletes, they turn to Jesus and they ball out. So, that's my last tip. Go to Jesus, get in the church, get into prayer, get into the Bible. Message me if you want help, bro. I'm here for you. I have so many tips. I'm going through walks with Jesus. I still struggle with stuff, lost rap music, all that, but my life is so much better with Him, and He's amazing. And I brought in some friends to church who don't believe, and they're turning to God now. It's just beautiful, man. But I want to share my final thoughts with you. If you adopt these 7 habits, I know some of them were repetitive, but I wanted to instill them and drill them into your mind. It will not only enhance your mental health, but you're going to be elite. You're going to be a dog. You're going to have performance after performance where it's like Michael Jordan level game. But yeah, if you want to do this, or if you follow this, like I said, you're going to be a dog. And if you have any questions, or you want a mentor, you want a coach, hit me up on Instagram down below. Or if you just want someone to talk to, I'm here, bro. I want to help you guys out. I love you. I'm not trying to charge you anything. I don't want to be a scumbag. I really want to help you. I really want to change the world, and I believe this is my calling God has put on me. So I'm here for you guys. I love you, and I appreciate you, and just thank you for everything. You're amazing, and all glory to you guys. I wish you the best of luck. Tell me your stories down below and how this helped you, and yeah, I love you and thank you.